Legs crossed, back straight, eyes closed. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Deep, long breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Feel that power of you controlling your breathing. That power that's available to you all the time, wherever you are in life. That power to reconnect to your greatest gift right now. Your presence, your being. Your infinitely intelligent being. The same stuff we're all made of. And with that stuff that we're made of, we can control the most powerful supercomputer in the universe. Your mind. But only you can do it. Only you can control your own mind. So let's do that right now, and let's see the future. Today, our time together, let's see ourselves doing the best we can on every single exercise and stretch. For this is not only the gym that we have available to us right now, in this space wherever we are, but it is also the gym of life, where we grow our minds all the time. Good morning, determination. How is everyone doing today? Another great day, wherever we are. Today for myself, I'm indoors. Maybe you yourself are indoors as well too. Wherever you are, let's go. Let's make this the best gym period we've ever had. It may not be exactly where we want to be. We may not be in school or at work where we really want to be, but wherever we are right now, let's do this to the best of our ability. Here we go, determination, here we go. When I say go, we're going to start jogging on the spot for 1 minute. Ready, and go. And as always, we're thinking about our breathing, focused on our breathing. Feeling that power of us always being able to control our breath. Even when our heart starts beating faster, whether it's through exercise, whether it's through something stressful, something maybe we might be afraid of or we don't like, we get to control our breathing. The same way we get to control our thoughts. And our thoughts affect our feelings. So if we can control our thoughts, we can control our feelings. Almost there, everyone, almost there. Keep going. Keep going, determination, keep going. And stop. All right. You can walk on the spot, or you can walk side to side as you recover your breathing. Always feeling that power of you controlling your breathing. This is the best. What we have right now, wherever you are, you've got your mind and your body in the gym of life. And you get to be your best right now on whatever stretches, exercises we're about to do together. Here we go. Here we go, determination. That's why I love gym. Gym is the best. Roll your mind in the gym of life. Here we go. Let's do 10 shoulder rolls forward. Ready, everyone? Here we go. The best 10 shoulder rolls forward ever. Still controlling our breathing. Shoulders all the way up and around as high as we can towards our ears. And backwards. Again, feel the power of you controlling your body right now. In these simple movements, simple motions, you get to control your body. The way you control your mind, same way. Alright, and let's do arm circles forward, everyone. Arm circles forward, 10 big ones forward. Feeling the joy of our arms moving through space. Alright, and backwards. Excellent. Alright, everyone, let's put our hands on our hips, bend the knees, and side stretch. There we go. 5 on each side. Alright, and let's twist our bodies. Here we go. Feet flat on the floor. 5 on each side. Really thinking about what we're doing. Really trying to feel every part of our body as it's moving in space. Alright, good. Okay, let's do 5 push-ups together. Here we go. 5 push-ups. Best 5 push-ups. Again, if you got to keep your knees on the ground, that's okay. Just do your best, always. And 5 sit-ups. Excellent. And standing up. 5 squats. Here we go. Body straight ahead, looking straight ahead. All the way down. All the way up. Alright. Let's do 3 lunges on each side. Here we go. Arms out. Still controlling our breathing. Alright, and let's do a 10-second plank. Belly's knees off the ground. Again, feeling the joy of you pushing your body a little bit outside its comfort zone. Because you know that's where the growth is. Alright, everyone, and standing up. Reach for the ceiling on your toes. Or the sky if you're outdoors. Today I happen to be indoors. If you're outdoors, reach for that sky. If you're indoors, reaching for that ceiling. We may not touch it yet, or ever, but we're going to reach, we're going to strive. Just like we do in life, no matter what. Okay, now reach for your toes. Again, it's okay if you don't touch your toes, but keep your knees straight. Reaching for your toes. Feeling the pull in the back of your leg. Not the pain, just a little bit of a pull. Alright, come on up and let's balance. Grab one leg, find that balance, bend the other knee. Well done, everyone. Keep going. Keep thinking about what you're doing right now. And switch. Again, feel the pull on the front of the thigh. Bend the other leg. Find that balance. If you lose it, just try to work hard to get it back and then hold it there. Excellent. All right, now let's hug our knee. Here.
Here's Messi. Messi sets up a left-footed shot. Another pass through this.
Guys, one of the most powerful lines I've ever heard is Les Brown when he delivered in a speech at the Georgia Dome. You are the one. You are the one that's going to make your true happiness, fulfillment, peace, success, whatever form you want, happen. It's all up to you. And we have to look at ourselves as being the one. Because ultimately, as Stephen Covey said, we are all just a one. But we are one that's unique, that's individual. So we got to change the paradigm, the thoughts, the way we look at ourselves. We're not mediocre. There's nothing mediocre about you. We're not like everyone else. You have to start changing that thinking process in your mind if you're going to truly be happy and fulfilled in your life. You have to realize you're the one. You're the one that's going to make it happen. It's all up to you. It's not going to happen without you. Have a great day, everyone.
People always ask, what do I need to know to be successful? If you can't sell, you're SOL because you're always selling. And when I say that, you have to understand what sales means. Selling is not about convincing somebody to give you money for something they don't want. Selling is about knowing in your heart, your mind, and your soul that the product or service you have can help anybody in your potential customer universe, your prospect universe.
Any innovation, any success came from the security of being able to make decisions that felt right to me in the moment. And as I was saying earlier, every mistake I've made has been either a choice that I made from my head where I didn't get silent or didn't get still or did get still and then still listen to what my head said instead of what my heart said.
Anything you set your mind to, you can do. Von Braun said after the lunar landing, I have learned to use the word impossible with great caution. And I hope you guys take that attitude about your lives.
Hey, it's Evan Carmichael, and I watch these videos every day because I need them for motivation. Being around successful entrepreneurs every morning helps me believe that I can do great things too. It's like your morning coffee, but for your goals, kickstarting your day with a blast of positivity. So here is a challenge for you. Try watching one video every morning for the next 30 days. And let's find out together if they help you do great things too. If you're in, leave a hashtag Believe in the comments below so I can celebrate with you. So today, let's get 50 years of priceless business knowledge in just 3 hours. Believe.
People always ask, what do I need to know to be successful? If you can't sell, you're SOL, because you're always selling. And when I say that, you have to understand what sales means. Selling is not about convincing somebody to give you money for something they don't want, right? Selling is about knowing in your heart, and your mind, and your soul that the product or service you have can help anybody in your potential customer universe, your prospect universe. And so, whether I was selling baseball cards, whether I was selling stamps, whether I was selling you this new vodka drink I just invented to try to get you trashed at my bar, whatever it was, this was the best thing you could ever possibly have for your life. And the same thing applies to all my businesses now. I'm always selling because I believe in my products and I believe they can help. And if I have something that I don't believe will help you, then it's not a good product. And so when people say, well, I'm not into sales, well, are you into helping your customers? Are you into, telling people why your product or service is good? Because if you can't do that, you're in the wrong spot. When people say, well, I don't know if my business is working, how do you know when to keep going or stop selling or end your business? If you don't believe you can sell your product, if you don't know this is a great product and you can convey that to anybody who might have an interest, then it's time to close the doors. Because if you're not, again, I go back to what I said earlier, there's never been a company that survived without sales, ever. Did I say ever? Yeah, ever. And so you have to know how to sell or you're wasting your time.
For a long time, hundreds of years, thousands of years, the idea of going to the moon was so impossible that people actually used it as a metaphor for impossibility. And then, in the 1960s, we humans did it. And what I would hope you would take away from that is that anything you set your mind to, you can do. Von Braun said after the lunar landing, I have learned to use the word impossible with great caution. And I hope you guys take that attitude about your lives.
Any innovation, any success came from the security of being able to make decisions that felt right to me in the moment. And as I was saying earlier, every mistake I've made has been either a choice that I made from my my head, where I didn't get silent or didn't get still or did get still and then still listen to what my head said instead of what my heart said. Because when you allow the voice of God, which is what your nature is. That's your true nature. Since that's where you come from, is the creator. That voice will speak through you if you allow it to. It cannot speak to you if you allow the voices of the world to drown that out.
I think in general, if you want to recruit people that are, really talented and driven, you have to state what's the mission, what's the problem we're trying to solve,
Yep.
and just be clearly willing to, pour a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into it, and have a convincing argument for why it matters.
Yep.
There's, there's three major things for, in terms of motivation. It's like, first of all, somebody's got to look forward to coming to work in the morning. Like, if they're, are they enjoying the work itself intrinsically? That's very important. And the right work environment can really make a big difference there. I think ideally is that they also feel like that their rewards will receive fair financial compensation, like that the financial rewards are good and fair. And then third, for the best people in the world, they'll want to know, is what they're doing going to matter?
Yeah.
Like, so if they spend 10 years doing this, will it make a difference to the world, or will people notice? Will it matter?
Also, to make sure you're actually taking action after watching this video, I've designed a special free worksheet just for this video. The worksheet will highlight our favorite lessons from the video that will inspire you to remember what you learned today and actually apply them. The worksheet will also give you space to write down what your key takeaways are and your specific plan of action to make sure you're getting results. If you want the worksheet designed specifically for this video, absolutely for free, there's a link in the description below. Go click on it and start building the momentum in your life and your business. I'll see you there.
I want you all to go into one of our retail stores in the next 8-10 weeks and just give one of the Apple retail store employees a hug.
A candid Steve Jobs.
My theory of management is the Beatles.
Deflecting credit for Apple's
John
success
was really
by
true
citing his
of
favorite
But
band.
together, they helped amplify each other's really good tendencies, and that's true of any team. And we got a really great team here at Apple.
Thanking them for their work on the iPhone the day before its release.
And I think everybody who's worked on iPhone and made those sacrifices is going to feel that it's been worth it.
What are the keys to success? A couple things. One, the easiest way to be successful is find something you love to do and be great at it. Because when you're great at something, things get really, really easy. I've realized that I got to be really, really good at business, really good at tech, and it made it easy when I started a company. That's one. Number two, let's say you can't get there. Be prepared. Understand, put yourselves in the shoes of the people or the businesses that you're working with. The message that I just got on Cyberdust is a perfect example. If he would have put himself in my shoes, it would be obvious that Cyberdust is important to me. I'm trying to push everybody to message using it. I volunteered, and Dave mentioned that, hey, I'm going to be answering questions long after this is over from you people, from everybody sending me messages. So Cyberdust is obviously important to me. And so if you're able to do something that reflects something that's important to me, or whoever it is that you're working or trying to get a job with, or trying to get an internship with, or trying to get an investment from, if you can put yourself in their shoes and put yourself in context of what's important to them, your chances of being successful increase 99%, 1,000-fold, right? And one other point I'll leave with you, right? If you're working for somebody, the best way to be successful is by reducing the stress of those around you. It's not about you. I mean, it's always about me, but that's a different point. But it's not about you. It's about the people around you. If you're reducing the stress of the people around you, those people start to gravitate towards you. They want to work with you because you make going to work easier, more pleasant. You help them accomplish their goals. You help put them in a position to succeed by reducing their stress. So if you remember those three things, and plus some of the other things we said today, selling, etc., you will be successful. Then you just got to go out and do the work.
I think success is always a bit dangerous, and you can think that whatever your success was because, you are magically gifted in understanding things. Whereas, of course, any success, particularly a gigantic success, is a huge number of factors, including hard work and understanding, but timing, other people who came to work with you, other people who might have done the same thing who somehow messed up in doing it. And so often you'll have too much confidence about what you understand. In science, as Feynman said, the easiest person to fool is yourself. And so you have to force yourself to go through, again and again and think through, is this the right thing to be doing? Will this work? Am I doing it because it would be exciting if it succeeded? Am I really looking at these factors? In fact, in polio, several times we had to say to ourselves, was it time to give up? Or really, did we think there was a prospect of being able to move forward?
What are the greatest risks of being successful?
Losing yourself in that is what I was saying earlier, is like believing your own publicity. I work really consciously at staying conscious. I work consciously at not being led by my ego. I work consciously at not losing sight of what is the real truth versus what everybody is saying and what people want. And I listen, I have great empathy for you all living in the Instagram social media world, because it is a lot tougher than it was when I was your age. Having to try to measure yourself against people you don't even know who are posting things that are not even real, and then you all interpreting that and judging yourself against that, So I have regard for what you're up against, but will say, because you are up against a world that is judging you under false premises, that is putting out things that are, not real, that it is more essential now than ever to understand the spirit and value of who you really are. So your own personal identity is going to mean so much more to you in this world than even when I was coming up.
You don't necessarily
Here we go, all the way up. And try to steady that other foot on the ground. Bend the knee if you have to, and pull all the way up, hold it for 10. Always working hard to find that balance. Where we balance our thoughts, our mind, balance our bodies, wherever we are in space. Alright, and switch. Just always think of safety too. Make sure you have enough space, clearance around you, in case you do lose your balance. Hold it there. Well done. Okay, good. And let's sit down, everybody. And reaching for our toes. Straight knees again. Reaching is what matters. If you don't get to your toes, that's okay as long as you're reaching. Feeling the pull on the back of your legs. Not the pain, just a little bit of a pull. Okay, V shape with your legs. Now reach for the floor as far away from your body as you can. Hold it there for 10 seconds. Okay, now reach for one side and hold it there again. Always thinking about the moment, thinking about what we're doing right now. Experiencing the joy of being able to reach for something to help our bodies get better. And switch the other side. See, you can do this almost anytime, any place. You can work on your mind and your body wherever you go in life, in everything you do, not just in exercise and stretches. All right, here we go. And let's do feet together. Gently push your knees down with your elbows and hold it there for 10 seconds. If you feel your breathing going on autopilot or becoming automatic again, take control of that. Deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Good. One leg forward, one leg back. Keep the knee on the ground. Go as far back as you can. Hold it there. 10 seconds. And switch to the other side. Knee on the ground. Go as far back as you can. Always remembering that you are the boss of your mind, and your mind is the boss of your body. That makes you the big boss. You get to control yourself. You get to use your determination no matter what. All right. And let's roll onto our bellies and push the floor. Looking up at the ceiling. Cobra stretch. Here we go. Hold it for 10 seconds. Feeling that nice stretch in our lower back, neck, back of our arms. All right, and legs crossed, back straight, eyes closed. Taking deep, long breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. And now, activating that third eye, that mind's eye that we all have. We can't see it, but we know it's there. So use your mind's eye right now to see yourself doing the best you can today when that music goes on whatever 2 exercises, stretches you've chosen to do. For me, today I'm going to be holding the push-up position for one song, the first song, and then I'm going to be holding the squat position for the second song, as long as I can. And if I happen to let go or not be able to hold it, I'm going to continue on until that song's over. What about you? You can put on your own 2 songs today, and you can do your own exercises. But think about which exercises you're going to do right now, safely within the space you have. You can do what I'm doing. You can listen to what I'm listening to, or you can choose your own. But whatever you do, determine right now, see in your mind what you will do when that music goes on. All right, determination, here I go, holding the push-up position, and let's go, whatever you're doing, whatever you've decided, let's see it, let's see your best, here we go together, let's go, determination, let's go. Looking forward to being better than we were last time, a little bit more than last time. See if I can hold it for the whole song, let's see. Wasn't able to do it last time we did this together. Or the last time I did it on my own, but I'm going to work at it right now. Because I love the process of trying to get better at something. Whether it's building strength in my body, building strength in my mind, working on creating nothing but positive images, thoughts, visions in my mind, working on being the best human being I can be. What about you? What is it for you? Whatever it is, just enjoy the process of learning, growing together, whatever we're doing. And sometimes we're going to feel that discomfort. Like right now, I can already feel my muscles already uncomfortable. But then I can feel my determination saying, I get to determine whether I'm going to stop or keep going, no matter what. You too, let's go, determination, let's go. All right. Didn't get through the whole song, but I'm gonna get right back at it again. Song's not over, we gotta keep going. There we go, shaking it up. Not being mad that we didn't get to where we want to be yet, but feeling happy that we get to go at it again. Here we go. Always thinking about our breathing. Always thinking about finishing strong, no matter what. Always going right to the end, finishing what we set out to do, no matter what. All right. Got more in me. I know I got a little bit more. We gotta keep going. You too, whatever you're doing, keep going. Determination, keep going. Let's go. It's not over yet. The song's still playing. Focus on that breathing. Good air in. Bad air out. Here we go. Another round. Oh, I love it. I love the process of building our true great self through exercising our bodies and our minds together. Oh, that's the next song. All right. Time for some squats.
Moves down, down, do your dance, do your We got a brand new dance. Down, do your dance, do your dance. Down, swing on that dance, do your dance. Down, down, do your dance, do your dance. They say I'm a rapper, and I say no. They say what you doing, trying to do somebody cold. I just let the music come from my soul, so all of my people can stay on the floor. They got a brand new dance. You gotta move your muscle. Brand new dance. It's called a Cupid Shuffle. It don't matter if you're young or you're old. Here we go. We gon' show you how it goes. To the right, to the right, to the right, to the right, to the left, to the left, to the left, to the left. Now kick, now kick, now kick, now kick. Now walk it by yourself. Now walk it by yourself. Now walk it by yourself. Now you see what I'm talking about. Oh, I represent for the dirty South, where we're known for swinging out. King of swing out, baby. I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. Down, down, do your dance, do your dance. Down, down, do your dance, do your dance. Let me see you do the Cupid shuffle, the Cupid shuffle, the Cupid shuffle, the Cupid shuffle. Come on, baby, kick. Now walk it by yourself. Walk it by yourself. To the right, to the right, to the right, the right, the right. The left, to the left, to the left, the left, the left. Now kick, now kick, now kick, now kick. Now walk it by yourself. Walk it by yourself and do the Cupid shuffle. Now let me see you do the Cupid shuffle. Now let me see you do the. It's your boy Cupid, C-U-P, the I-D. Mr. Bet on the track, got another hit indeed. Hey. Down, down, do your dance, do your dance. Come on, come on. Down, down, do your dance, do your dance. Let me see you. Do your dance, do your dance. Do your dance. Down, down, do your dance, do your dance.
This is Alcácer, and Luis Suarez decided to bulldoze his way through. It's turned in by Leo Messi.
Morning, guys. In our top 10 rules for success today, Les Brown reminds us to go all out. And we have to go all out on whatever it is that we want in our life. We have to stand up to ourselves and not let our emotions control us, because we're going to feel things. It's a hard process when we go on this path to finding our deep fulfillment, happiness, and freedom. And it's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult. But we have to go all out. We have to say to ourselves, there's nothing more important than this. I'm going to make this happen. No matter how many times I'm defeated, no matter how many times I get hurt, no matter how many times I feel angry, frustrated, I'm going to stand up and I'm going to make it happen. And I'm never going to stop. We have to show that determination. So you have to go all out. But there's nothing more important than you. And you have to see yourself that way. That's where it all starts. Have a great day, everyone.
Get it right exactly right the first time. I mean, the car leasing business, basically you were competing on the cost of money to finance cars, and it's very hard to delight a customer when you just give them the car and tell them to send you a monthly check for 5 years and you'll be back at that time. So his talents were being wasted basically in that business. But at the age of 40, with all of that experience behind him, he found the golden key, and he took a very ordinary business and turned it into an absolutely extraordinary operation. And just like Mrs. B or Rose Blumpkin did with furniture. And he didn't worry about whether the Federal Reserve was going to tighten or ease. He didn't worry about whether the stock market was up or down yesterday. He didn't worry about the things he couldn't change, but he did focus on the one thing he could change, and that was the customer's experience. And I have seen with the one that got away, Enterprise, I went down to Florida and tried to talk him into selling to Berkshire, and he was smart enough not to do it. Probably the value of the company has quadrupled since I made that visit. But he was smart enough to see that he would find that business. Henry Ford, as you may know, failed twice before he started the Ford Motor Company in 1903. I mean, the test isn't whether you get the greatest business idea in the world the first time out. The test is whether you keep learning as you go along what your strengths are and what you can do for your customers, what you can bring especially to the party. And to do that, you need the education that I know you've received through 10,000 small businesses, but you need a genuine desire day in, day out to delight the customer. I've never seen a business, and I've seen a lot of businesses, but I've never seen one that delights the customer that doesn't succeed. I mean, what you want is that customer the next day when they think, do I want to rent a car or do I want to buy some furniture? What goes through their mind? It's the place where they've had a great experience. I don't know what I paid for this tie. Actually, probably if somebody gave it to me, but for the purposes of this speech, I will say I have no idea. But or the shirt I'm wearing, or this, but I do know. I will remember how I was treated when I bought it. I mean, you long forget about the price, but you never forget whether you had a good experience or a poor experience with the purchase experience.
Recently, you shared in a press conference that one of Facebook's focuses for the next decade is that it is more important to be understood than be liked. Will you just share what you meant by that?
Yeah, I mean, look, let's be real here. I'm not like, communicating is not my best thing, right? I came out here, I've been planning for this, I'm excited about it, and then I messed up the name of our data center within 30 seconds. So I mean, look, when I got started with Facebook, I was 19. And there were so many parts about building a company that I didn't know, right? I didn't know anything about hiring or managing or building a company, and I certainly didn't really know that much about how to communicate about what we were doing with the world. I mean, I'm an engineer by training, right? I love coding. I like building products. That's kind of the background. My experience, kind of growing up and running the company is, went out, talked about what we did, say some stupid things, get called out for it, and get kind of go into a shell, right? And end up being really cautious about how we communicate. So, it worked out okay for a while for the company because we built products that a lot of people really like, and we weren't winning because we were communicating well. We were winning because the products were working well, I think, in spite of the fact that we were communicating quite poorly about what we were doing. But broadly speaking, for a long time, the basic approach was, okay, let's try to not do anything that's going to be too offensive. Right, and we'll kind of explain what we're doing in broad strokes and talk about the mission of what we're doing, which is something that I really believe in, helping to build community and bring people closer together. But I think we just shied away for a long time talking about some of the things that, some of the principles that we believe in that are increasingly controversial in the world. And I just think that we, for one, don't have that luxury anymore. For two, I think that kind of led for a while to a sentiment towards the company that was positive but fairly shallow. Because if you're not kind of out there standing for things that people care about, then it's not possible for people to feel that strongly about what you're doing. But so now, I've tried to change our approach more recently. I went out and in Georgetown last year, I gave this speech around our principles around free expression. And that's just one of the areas that I really feel like is under attack right now.
10x has made my life better. Yeah. Not harder. 2x is difficult. How do you 2x? Like how do you actually double something? And then when do you pull it back? So the 10x concept is this. I'm here and I'm going to go up here, and it's going to be so impossible that it causes you to think different. It's not that you achieve this. It causes you to think different, strategize different, look at different assets, look at different mechanisms, change your way of thinking. See, most people try to do this. They're trying to go from here to something logical. And the problem with that is only logic can be used in this evaluation. But when you start thinking about 10 times your income, let's say you're making 100,000 pounds a year, and you're like, and 100,000 is hard. And you're like, man, I just hit the 100,000 level. And you're like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm doing 100,000. This is amazing. My parents think I'm the shit, and I've cracked the code. Yeah. Right? So what the individual does now is he's like, man, if I could just do that again next year. Okay? And he's trying to maintain what he did. There's no creating that. There's no new solutions. There's no new ideas in that. So you start thinking about 10x, it forces you to think different than what got you right here.
You got to study, man. You've got to study.
Okay.
I studied. You can ask my friends. I study constantly.
You study constantly?
Constantly.
Like every day?
I'm on YouTube every day, all day.
Okay.
I'm reading books, studying this. I'm talk to my friends and all this.
Okay.
I'm not looking for a job. I'm not working for money. That's why the one book is Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Second book is Cash Flow Quadrant. Right. Third book is Rich Dad's Guide to Investing. I put it all in there. You can read that. Then I created the cash flow board game.
Okay.
And if you play the cash flow board game, the reason it's better than going to school, it's about a financial statement. Okay. You see, my bankers never once asked me what my grades were. My bankers never asked me what college I went to. My banker wants to see my financial statement. My financial statement is my report card. Right. When I grow up.
That's right.
Most college professors never grow up. They're little kids yet. I got a PhD. I got a PhD. I got a PhD.
Yeah.
I got a financial statement. So what happened in 2008, when the markets crashed, I borrowed $300 million.
Okay.
You know why? Because all the real estate had crashed.
Okay.
So we took my financial statement and showed it to the banks. So how much money do you want? Tax-free money. We bought almost $1 billion worth of real estate because it crashed. So when I tell people the market's crashing, I get excited.
Right.
Because everything goes on sale. You know, that's like Ferrari saying we can put our cars at half price. Oh, no, I don't want to pay half price for a Ferrari. That's how stupid people are. You know, they get a soccer player, make millions of dollars, and they want to pay full price for a Ferrari.
That's right.
Stupid, stupid, stupid. Poor man with nice car. You gotta feed this.
A lot of people here are incredibly focused on selling. So they like Google AdWords because it converts better, lower funnel, conversion-based marketing, right? The reality is that's great. Selling's important, that's how a business grooms. But when you are building brand, when people care about you or your business, that is the ultimate form of selling. There is no affiliate, there's no portal, there's no Google ads that are more powerful than building a brand. Apple does not sell, Nike does not sell most of their product through Google AdWords or affiliate marketing. They sell most of their products because they've built brand. The number one goal from every single person here and every business here is to build brand. When you build brand, you don't have to sell, it comes to you.
One time, as you know, I went to Indiana, and in Dallas in the mid-90s, when we had a good basketball team, we literally would, when we wanted to listen to our big games like Indiana, Purdue, go Hoosiers, we would call somebody in Bloomington who would put a radio next to a speakerphone and dial us, and we'd sit on the other side listening over a speakerphone, drinking our beer and whipping it up or doing whatever. And the internet was just starting to happen, and now I'm a tech geek and I'm like into all of it. And we're like, there's got to be a better way to do this. And so one of my buddies from Indiana, Todd Wagner, was like, look, we've been thinking about this. And I'm like, no, I'll figure it out. I'm a networking guy now. And so we looked for ways to stream Indiana basketball. We called it netcasting back then, over the brand new internet. And so I went out and bought a Packard Bell 90 megahertz computer and an ISDN line and downloaded all this software. And I said, you know what, I'm going to figure it out. And lo and behold, by, early 1995, we had figured out a way to, we took these 8-hour VCRs and connected it to a local radio station, record them, we'd bring them back, go through this process called encoding, and put it up on this website we called AudioNet. And then I'd go to any online forum, AOL, Prodigy, CompuServe, UUNet, whatever it was, or Usenet, and if you're interested in Dallas sports at all, because we hadn't gotten to Indiana yet, if you're interested in Dallas sports, go to this website, AudioNet. And back then, you had a dial-up modem, you had to download this software called TCP/IP, and you had to have software from your internet provider, which meant
holding the squat position. What about you? What are you going to do next? Let's go, determination. Here we go. Ready? All right. If you're doing what I'm doing, just try to keep your feet flat on the floor, looking straight ahead, going as far down as you can, your bottom towards the ground, and holding it there. As long as you can, until that music's done. Because our music, you know the truth, our music's never done. Our energy, our determination is built to last, to get through anything. Let's go, determination, let's go. If you're sweating, that's good. Feel your body releasing some of that, put some of that old fluid water. Make sure you drink lots of water when we're done. Make sure you always fill your body with good food. All right.
Inside my bones, it goes electric wavy when I turn it on. Off of my city, off of my home, we're flying up no ceiling when we in our zone. I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. I feel that hot blood in my body when it drops. Ooh, I can't take my eyes off it, moving so phenomenally. You're more like the way we rock it, so don't stop. And under the lights, and everything goes. You're there hot when I'm getting you close. When we move, well, you already know. So just imagine. Nothing can see but you when you dance, dance, dance. Feel the good, good creeping up on you. So just dance, dance, dance. Come on. All those things I shouldn't do, but you dance, dance, dance. There ain't nobody leaving soon, so keep dancing. I can't stop it.
Lionel Messi, Busquets, Rakitic, leaves it for Messi. Messi full steam ahead. Brilliant, 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 Lionel Messi. This is where.
Morning, guys. As we live, laugh, and love our way to this path of infinite mind wealth, I want to share with you my personal story of what's happening every single day I'm working on this, and I hope this helps you. I am becoming more and more grateful and just feel so blessed for being on this path. I'm realizing that all my friends, family, colleagues, people I've worked with, all the human beings I've ever interacted with, they're the ones that have given me this opportunity. I am so grateful for them. And I'm starting to also appreciate deeply some of the greatest thinkers that I'm learning about who have come and gone. They're no longer here, but their energy lives on in the effect that it's having on me and has had on me. And I think to myself, wow, it's amazing how no matter what, whether we're here or not, we have such an impact on each other and we need each other. And so I'm reminded of that every day and I'm becoming more and more grateful. And I just wanted to share that. Have a great day, man.
Something magical. It's in the air, it's in my blood, it's rushing on. I don't need no reason, don't need control. I fly so high, no ceiling when I'm down. Cause I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. I feel that hot blood in my body when it drops. Ooh, I can't take my eyes off it, moving so phenomenally. You're more like the way we rock it, so don't stop, stop, stop. Under the lights and everything goes. We're hot when I'm getting you close. When we move,
that so few people knew how to use it, we had no idea if it would work or not. But all of a sudden, AudioNet went from 10 people a day to 100 people to 1,000 people a day. And as we added radio stations, they're getting calls from all over the world from people who are listening to their shows on demand, not even live. And then we worked with a company that put together live software, a company called Zing, and we made it live, and then everything changed. And that's really when streaming was born, and we just grew that. And then in 1998, we got into video, changed the name to broadcast.com, went public, and it was the biggest IPO in the history of the stock market at the time. And then we sold it to Yahoo.
My approach to criticism and what I teach and preach inside Amazon is when you're criticized, first look in a mirror and decide, are your critics right? If they're right, change. There are two kinds of critics. There are well-meaning critics who, you know, they're worried it's not going to work, but they do want it to work. And so it could be, I could give you an example, customer reviews would be one of those. When we first did customer reviews 20 years ago, some book publishers were not happy about it because some of them are negative. And so it was very controversial practice at that time, but we thought it was right. And so we stuck to our guns and had a deep heel on that and didn't change. But there's a second kind of critic, which is the self-interested critic, and they come in all shapes and sizes. You know, so they can be any kind of institution, competitors, of course. And so when you are doing something in a new way, and if customers embrace the new way, what's going to happen is incumbents who are practicing the older way are not going to like you. And they're going to be self-interested critics. And so you do need, as you're looking yourself in the mirror, to try and tease those two things apart.
You need to work, depending upon how well you want to do, and particularly if you're starting a company, you need to work super hard. So what does super hard mean? Well, when my brother and I were starting our first company, instead of getting an apartment, we just rented a small office and we slept on the couch. And we showered at the YMCA, and we're so hot up we had just one computer. So the website was up during the day, and I was coding at night, 7 days a week, all the time. And I sort of briefly had a girlfriend in that period, and in order to be with me, she had to sleep in the office. So work hard, like, every waking hour. That's the thing I would say particularly if you're starting a company. And I mean, if you do simple math, say like, okay, if somebody else is working 50 hours and you're working 100, you'll get twice as much done in the course of a year as the other company.
We've also had a lot of requests from companies to port NextStep to other platforms, and we're talking to some of those companies right now. Now, we got a lot of requests from Sun customers to port NextStep to Sun. So a lot of them are saying, look, we may not want to buy many more, but we already bought 500 and we don't want to throw them in the bay. So can we put your software on them? Because Sun's falling behind in software. Now, Sun says they'd rather stick needles in their eyes than help us do this. That's a quote. And so we're evaluating right now which will be worse for Sun, if we port it or if we don't port it. And since we're fairly customer driven, we'll probably end up doing what the customers ask us to do, because we want to make them happy.
I think having some self-confidence is different than finding your passion. From a young age, ideally you'll have adults in your life, preferably your parents as part of that, some of your teachers, people around you who like you and they're behind you and they'll back you no matter what goes on. And that gives you enough confidence to go off on a quest. And during that quest, you try different things out. If you're lucky, when you're very young, you find something you're passionate about. I did when I was 13 years old. I found computers and software. It took me another 5 years to figure out that was my life's primary work. But that's a lucky thing. Other people, get out into their 20s or even later before they find what they're passionate about. But proceeding with a certain set of self-confidence, that there are people who care for you, you care for them, that you succeed in their eyes by your how you treat them. I think that's pretty basic, and it gives you the platform on which to try out new things, to fail. You know, at first you're not going to succeed in various things. So self-confidence is primary, and then finding your passion is an adventure, a quest that may take time, and it may switch over the time of your life. But those deep relationships will let you pursue it with vigor.
You have over $100 billion of cash.
Berkshire does that.
Berkshire, Berkshire has over $100 billion in cash, and you say that you always want this company to be a fortress. So how much cash should an ordinary investor have on a percentage basis, do you think?
It depends on their personal situation. If you're working in something where you're living off your paycheck from week to week, you want to have a little cash around, and you certainly don't want to have a credit card that's maxed out or anything like that. But if your house is paid off, if you don't have big living expenses, you got a portfolio of decent diversified businesses, you don't really need any cash.
There's probably stuff you can say about some insight that you had early on, and you thought to yourself, nobody else knows this except us. But we have this great trick. Do you remember any of them?
Well, Peter Thiel was really focused on network effects, and he had this model that I think is right for making decisions that as the complexity of the company grows, every day you're going to be faced with 100 things that you could potentially go do. And your job is to pick the one thing that actually matters. Because out of those 100 things, it's really only actually going to be 1 or 2 things that actually matter. And that was pretty informative to me at the time, because I had intuitively, I had a lot of some self-direction intuitively, but as soon as I started getting all these people around me who all had reasonable perspectives on things, it was very hard for me to balance that. And Peter was always very useful for that. We were focused.
He was good at saying, here's the one thing that matters. Focus on the one thing that matters.
Well, partially that, and partially just the meta lesson of figure out the one thing that matters and do that. But
do you remember what the one thing that mattered? If someone had asked
connecting everyone as quickly as possible. Because, network effects were a massively important part of this. One of the stories
So when you say connecting everyone as quickly as possible, you don't mean specifically getting more signups. You mean getting people to friend one another faster.
Yeah. Well,
how did you do that?
Well, we built a lot of tools to enable people to do what they already wanted to. Where you can't push uphill on this stuff, right? We were solving a problem that people had, and we just needed to remove as much friction as possible.
Dude, saving money is stupid. It is ridiculous. The only thing that ever happens to people that save money is they end up losing it, it ends up getting lost, it ends up getting stolen, it ends up getting burnt, or it ends up going down in value. But it's never going to get bigger. You save money at the bank, it ain't getting bigger, period. Who does that benefit? We've all been told, save your money, save your money, save your money. Who does that really benefit? I remember I read the Blackjack book, How to Play Blackjack, right? I knew that book. I knew every card to hit. And then I realized everybody at the table had read the same damn book. Everybody's staying on 16s. Then this Chinese dude comes in, and this freaking guy's banging 16s against 9s, or 16s against 7s, 6s and 5s and 4s. Everything he shouldn't do, he's doing. He's splitting 10s, and I'm like, and he's making all the money. He was the only one not playing by the book. And so I just think that everybody should buy a house. Maybe not. Maybe not, okay? Because the wealthy guys never talk about the house they bought. Warren Buffett owns one house. So I got a lot of those little things that, that I have just observed in my own life that are just, they're just not true, man, period.
In order to be complete, and that's when you really have a 100% chance at being successful. When you have a complete situation, that means that you have developed your body, meaning your health, your strength, your energy, and all of that makes you much more positive, right? Because that's when you wake up, when you feel strong, and you feel fit, and you ride the bicycle in the morning. the whole world looks much more bright. So the training of the body, extremely important. The training of the mind, extremely important. That's why I say to people, I say, you got to educate yourself, you got to read something every day, you got to learn a new language, you got to just always improve and look at what can you do to improve your business or your life in general. So to develop the mind, and then to develop the spiritual side and the soul, extremely important also. So if we put those three things together, we have total completion. And this is why the physical training, and I'm not talking about wanting to win Mr. Olympia, no. We're talking about just take some light weights and do your reps. Pump up the body, and get some blood in there. Then go and run. Go and run the stairs. Go and exercise. Go to a yoga class. Do some weight training. Or when you have kids, go out and play sports. Go football playing and go soccer playing and tennis playing and this, whatever you can. That is what creates kind of life in you and therefore more enthusiasm, and you have a much more positive outlook in life.
My advice to young Indians is this is the best investment in the world today. It's called silver.
Okay.
And the reason I say that is because I study history a lot. This here is fake money. I would never work for this stuff. It's good as toilet paper. So the biggest investment today is this. This is 35 US. And I think everybody in the world can afford this today.
And here we are again. Back to where it all begins. Where it all begins and never ends. That source, that oneness, that consciousness, that awareness. That we know is in all of us. That power to determine, to control our minds. You see, nobody else, nothing else in this universe can do what you do every day. In the gym of life. Only you, human being, only you, infinitely intelligent being, can do the ultimate. Only you can control your mind, your thoughts, and therefore your feelings. But it takes a lot of hard work. It takes, first of all, believing that you can do it. If you don't believe in yourself, your mind health, your chance at mind wealth is not possible. But that's not the way it was meant to be. You were born to win. Control over your mind, your thoughts. To have and be all you were meant to be. And that means believing 100% in who you really are. And that is the key to your mind health and your mind wealth, your happiness, your freedom, your success, your infinite peace and love towards everything and anything. It's possible. It's all because of you, your determination, united with all of our determination, creates that oneness, that consciousness. Determination. And that's why I love you, determination, wherever you are. I miss you, I miss being in your presence, but here today, we united. We enjoyed this process fully. And the way we do or did this is the same way we can do anything, including being the best for all those around us, wherever we are right now. So keep going, determination. Keep working on controlling your mind, because that's where all your health, mind health, your happiness, your freedom, all your love, it can never be taken away. I love you, everyone. Have a great week. Until the next time.